Hey everybody, how you doing? Listen, I saw this video the other day, and I want to talk about it. And I'm gonna use my iPhone. I know I've got computer problems, but anyway, I'm gonna use this to talk about this video right here. Okay, anyway, this guy's name is Breath Arian. See how many subs he's got there? Yeah, quite a bit. Okay, and he has 34 videos. I counted them. I hand counted them because it doesn't have there's no count up here of how many he's got. He's got 34. Okay, so the name of the video that I want to talk about is called "Stuck in a Lifelong Trip: MK Ultra Brain Manipulation." Okay, and it was posted 3 weeks ago, and you see there it's got 43K views. Okay. All right, anyway, so, but what I wanted you to see is this guy started his YouTube video in 2013, and this isn't a lot of videos for being on YouTube that long. I mean, I know that, you can kind of, reactivate or whatever, but anyway, so 34 videos, and check this out. I mean, his videos they got some weird videos, but check this one out. It says, getting stuck in an acid trip. Okay, if that's how you roll, that's cool, whatever. And then under that, it says my experiment in DMT. Okay, all right. And then he's got all these other ones about, the surf and stuff like that, okay? So anyway, if you want to check him out, his name is Breath Arian on YouTube. Right there. Okay, sorry about my camera. All right, now check this out. We're going to watch the video, and I want to talk to you about a couple things in the video. But first thing I want to say is this. Fair use article in the description below. This is for commentary and education, okay? Now, this is the opening scene of the video. And that probably is not something that I want to look at. But anyway, okay, so check it out. So it says, he's stuck in a lifelong trip. MK Ultra Brain Manipulation test subject. So he's a test subject. So he's claiming that he's a victim of MK Ultra. So check this out. We'll talk about it. Watch.
Aloha. My name is Breath.
Breath.
3 years ago, I was kidnapped by the government and pumped full of LSD intravenously. My mind was then electrocuted and my brain was manipulated under a program called MK Ultra. After many, many months of therapy, I'm finally able to recall these events, and I have come to a place in my mind where I'm able to talk about these events and hopefully gain some clarity. I would like to share that not only was this a horrific moment, but it also led to me being stuck in a permanent trip, which has been the greatest blessing so far of my life. Please enjoy my story. Aloha. This is where my story begins. All of my memories go back to the one place, the one forest, waterfalls, and an electric blue ocean. My story starts here because all my memories start here. It was here that I finally recovered from my 10,000 hit LSD trip.
10,000 hits of LSD.
This LSD experience was forcefully injected into me by government officials representing a program called MK Ultra. After many months of therapy, I'd like to try explain to the best of my ability what I went through. Please listen.
I apologise that I'm not been on the internet. I've had an extreme 3-month...
Okay, now, I'm not manipulating the video. This is his MK Ultra coming out, talking about government officials that doped him up with LSD, and this is how he has his coming out video. I'm not altering the video. That's him. Watch.
Urine therapy and 3-month social therapy to reclaim my memories of what happened before the beach.
It was inside of this cave on this beach where I laid for 4 months in the fetal position, throwing up, tortured by the demonic voices inside of my head. I'd like to explain to you in my own words what that felt like. This is only after therapy. Thank you. Please listen.
Once I started...
After therapy. This is after therapy.
Started fading back into a awakened, semi-conscious state, I constantly had a voice echoing in my head. The voice would say things to me like this: put down the books, pick up your balls, real men shoot, heroin! This would echo...
Remind you of Tracy Remington there for a minute? Anyway.
Over and over again in my mind, constantly. I then had another voice of equal aggressiveness, and it would tell me things like... The second voice was, like I said, equally aggressive, and it would say things that were more personal. It started saying things like, "You've been fucked since the second trimester when your mother was getting high on drugs. You were drunk and high and fucked up in the uterus." It would say those things on repeat over and over again. It wasn't until one day when I was curled up in a fetal position that a fruit fell from a tree called a noni tree, a noni fruit, and I was curled in the fetal position, but this noni was able to penetrate through my legs and my arms, and it landed and with such velocity right onto my gonad region. And
he got hit by a noni fruit in the gnats. In the gnats, okay?
This snapped me out of somewhat of a state, and I was actually then able to hear a third voice that was not so aggressive, but almost as if it was some kind of divine help. And I remember that voice, and it's...
You got hit in the nuts, and you heard a divine voice. Sorry.
It said to me very clearly, the parasites are in your body. The parasites are in your body and they need to come out. You need to...
He's got parasites in his body and they need to come out.
Stop eating. And then it was a combined three-way conversation with the demon telling me that my mother was getting me high and drunk in the uterus. The other demonic voice, you know, telling me to shoot heroin, and then I had this friendly voice telling me that my body was riddled with parasites. My body was riddled with parasites. Next was the itch. Demonic itch all over my body. It felt...
Demonic itch all over his body.
Like I had parasites all over my body. And these parasites were combined with the voice. I knew that that voice was telling me I had parasites in my body and they needed to go. And they felt as if they were crawling through my skin, crawling under my skin.
So he felt crawling under his skin.
A demonic itch all over my body, and I knew I had to do something. So I started listening to the great divine voice. And I decided then and there that the only thing I would eat would be the noni fruit that landed on my gonads. And I would meditate, and I would only eat noni, and I would find to my dismay that the other two voices, after 2 weeks of doing this, those two demonic voices left. The only voice that was left was the divine voice, and I had rid my body completely of parasites. And I was then able to transition from only eating noni to only drinking water from the river, creek, straight from the source. It was after then I started to get fully functioning ability of my body. First to come back was the erection function.
Okay, so he got hit in the nads, and now he has erectile function back. Okay, got it.
And then after that, my mental function, my whole body function. I was told that if I fapulated once, that all of the internal parasites would come back. So I strictly
Okay, so if he ejaculates, all the parasites will come back. That's what he said.
No fap. And that's pretty much how I got to where I am now, where I don't need to eat, and I don't need to sleep, I don't need to drink, and I am forbidden to fapulate. So I hope that that makes some sense to you guys. Aloha.
Okay, does that make any sense to you? Alright, well, we'll see.
This is one of the spots where I would bathe and drink for 3 months without the food. Coming back here really, well, it really brings me back. None of these areas am I able to share with you, unfortunately, because of my whereabouts needs to stay disclosed to share with you, unfortunately, because of my whereabouts needs to stay
disclosed. He is showing you around the island and telling you what it looks like, but he doesn't want anybody to know where he's at. Okay, got it?
Closed. And it's a very, very beautiful and harmonious piece of ocean. Beautiful beach. I don't like to come out here too often because, like I said, it can bring back flashbacks, and I need to stay away from any flashback-inducing state-dependent cue, my psychologist told me, because we don't want to have another episode. Okay. Thank you. Aloha.
Okay. So, he has a psychiatrist. That's good. But they don't want to trigger another episode. And he doesn't want anyone to know where he's at. But then he says aloha. So, and then if you look at his videos, there's some of them like surfing and stuff like that. So I'm not so sure he's that concerned about, his whereabouts being leaked if he's got videos of him surfing and stuff like that. But anyway, what I want you to know is that if this pops up as some type of like Psyop for MK Ultra, you know where this came from. Because if you're like watching this video, you got to make up your mind. I mean, the facts that we have just from looking at his page, he's got 34 videos. He's been on YouTube since, 2013. This is his latest video. It's 3 weeks old, and he's telling us just now that he's stuck in a lifelong MK Ultra brain manipulation trip, and that he was a test subject. Man, I don't know. Anyway, I just want to get this out to you guys, and like I said, I'm sorry about the video quality. The sound's terrible, and the video's terrible. But I wanted to, tell me what you think below, okay? Because I kind of like, I don't know, I guess you could probably guess where my mind is, but didn't that kind of remind you of Tracy Remington a little bit? I think it did. All right, much love. Bye-bye.